Okay, here we are, making eggs. Got my mentor, and one loaf already down. Gonna make it right. Whew. Here we go. What are you thinking?
Good.
Almost there. Little blueberry coming up. Here we go. Okay, here we are on our second bread. Checking it. She is clean. The first time was a no-go. It's a little bit gooey, you know. It was a little. It hadn't been cooked long enough. My mentor said I needed to cook a little longer. We got it all figured out though this time. Both loaves all ready. Now we're in the cooling process. We have at least another 5 to 10 minutes. The bread will shrink, and then we'll be able to remove the bread from the actual pan. Okay, for my personal growth project here, you know, I selected a topic that was a little bit out of the random. You know, it was a topic that I never have done before. You know, it's always something that you see either your mom or your grandma maybe do, or maybe you haven't. Well, I've always seen my mom and grandma and aunts and everybody. I was growing up seeing them bake and cook in the kitchen and everything. So for my personal growth project, I want to do something that's out of the ordinary, not fishing, not something outside, rather say. So I picked making a loaf of bread. Well, I selected this topic. I've never done this before, and I've always wanted to, and cooking calms me down in a way, and I love to grill, and so I said, why not? You know, we'll make us a couple loaves of bread. Man, they're a little bit harder than I anticipated. It was great. I had a great mentor. My Aunt Lynn helped me through the way. She taught me the ups and downs. She didn't help me at all make it, by no means. She didn't make the bread. No, she told me, you're going to do this, you're going to figure it out, and you're going to learn from this, and which I did. Now I can say I honestly have made 2 loaves of bread that I do appreciate and I'm proud of. My mentor feedback was pretty strong. I was trying to be in a hurry, trying to get going, trying to speed up the process, trying to get it done. I get real excited, get going in a fast way, and she told me to just slow down. Take the directions, learn from the directions, slow the process down, and have patience with everything. And I do understand that now. The 5 topics that I've learned from class that I really brought to this project was one for listening to my mentor and having 2 ears, 1 mouth. You know, rule of thumb that you've heard time and time again, that you got to have an open mind, take in the process, take in what you're learning, and really learn from it. Just don't let it go in one ear and one out of the other. I like to see a vision, being able to see the goal, the vision at the end, the big picture. So when I start with this scratch, making this bread, it's nothing, you know, and then I have this vision in my head. I can have so much enjoyment out of this, making this loaf of bread and seeing the end product that actually turns out either good or either bad, in which mine turned out great, I believe. Well, the second one, the first one, it was a little bit in the air. It was good, it was bad. I brought it out a little too early. It was a little gooey. I used the old trick. You stick a toothpick in the middle of it. If you pull it out, I didn't do that at first, and it was a little bit gooey. I had to bring it back and put it in the oven for a couple more minutes. Got it all worked out, though. My conflict management, next topic that I seen through class was how I just said my bread was gooey. I had to resolve my conflict. Once I brought the bread out, I thought everything was good to go until I started to cut the bread and seen it cooling, and it was still gooey. It was falling apart, and I had to resolve and figure out what I could do to fix my conflict, and that's when I had to put the bread back in the oven. The motivation was something to be able to see at the end of the project. Motivation helps you get through it. You're doing the next thing to be able to succeed through life. And this is what I brought from it. It was a motivation to see going fishing that you're going to catch the fish and be able to cook it later or mount it on the wall or just have that beautiful picture. Mine was, I saw the motivation of having this beautiful loaf of bread that I've never done before. And it might sound funny, but I really found enjoyment out of this. I found balance, and every ingredient in life is like bread in a way. If you don't have everything just right, something's going to be off in the end. You got to have balance and patience to be able to push through life. And I see that it's balanced. It had just the right amount of eggs, just the right amount of blueberries, just the right amount of banana bread when I did that, mashing up the bananas. And if I didn't have that balanced all out, who knows what I'd end up with a bread, you know? I learned to have patience through this topic, through this course, and through this project that I am on now. I've learned patience is key. To sit back, to understand the big picture, to see the overall picture, and to really understand what you're doing. I learned to be steady and calm, not to be in a rush, not to be in a hurry, to embrace what you're doing, to have a steady and fluent motion, and to really understand. I think leadership takes its time and it is never mastered quickly. That's what I really learned. And baking bread, I didn't master that at all quickly. It took me a couple times. I'd cooked a different loaf of bread multiple times because one was gooey, one was hard. I put it back in, it wouldn't rise right. But I learned that my leadership skills aren't going to be mastered overnight, that they're always practiced and they're always found to better yourself in a way. And for my project, I got my bread. And man, I'm happy to say it turned out great.